Hey there guys, welcome to Arsenal Fan TV, and this is the preview for the game on Boxing Day against Southampton at St Mary's Stadium. And following the victory over Manchester City on Monday night, going to this game with a lot of confidence, I guess you could say. A ground where we don't have the best of records since Southampton have been promoted back into the Premier League. We tend to stutter a bit at Southampton away, I would say. They're a team that have made it very difficult for us to beat, and it's weird to think it's been almost a year since Wojciech Szczesny had that absolute nightmare at St Mary's last season when he was caught smoking in the changing room. I mean, time has absolutely blitzed by since then, and to think the team's developed so quickly since that period really is astonishing. But I do think that given Southampton have been rather precarious these past couple of games, they just lost 2 to Spurs. They've had a very poor run of results, drawing with teams that they should have beaten, etc. I really do think that they're there for the taking in this game, and I would seriously hope that we're able to claim the 3 points when they're not in a good spell of form. But it's not a game we can take for granted. It's not a guaranteed 3 points despite Southampton not playing well. They've got a very good team. They've got players that could definitely hurt us. I'm not so worried about players like Graziano Pella. I definitely think Mertesacker and Koscielny should be able to cope with someone of his stature. They're very adapted to coping with players of his ability, I guess you could say. But it's more players like Sadio Mane, Shane Long, Dusan Tadic, players with more agile abilities that I think we could potentially struggle with. But nonetheless, our midfield battle against Man City was absolutely bang on. I thought Flamini dealt really well with Yaya Toure. And if we can bring that kind of performance into this game against Southampton, then there's no reason why we shouldn't be claiming all 3 points. Now, we've got to be careful with the squad, in my opinion, because we've got a game against Bournemouth 2 days later. And in this fixture at St Mary's, I wouldn't change a single thing about the starting 11. But heading into the game against Bournemouth at the Emirates a few days later, I would look to play players like Callum Chambers, Gabriel Paulista, bring these players into the fold, Oxlade-Chamberlain, etc. Because, I mean, our squad is practically down to the bare bones as it is, but with these players coming back into the fold as such, especially players like Oxlade-Chamberlain, who need a run out in the team, big opportunity for those kind of players. And it is a shame that we're going to be without Alexis Sanchez until the start of January, because he'd have been so influential, so beneficial to the team over this festive period. But unfortunately, we're going to be without him, and we've got to deal with what we've got, which I think is absolute quality at this moment in time. Wouldn't change a single thing about that starting 11, but these are 2 very tough games we've got coming up against Southampton and Bournemouth. I would like to think we've got enough quality and depth within the squad at this moment in time to beat both of those sides, especially Bournemouth at home. I mean, I would like to see how Callum Chambers does in the central defensive midfield role against Bournemouth. I'd like to see if he's capable of playing in that position. But, I mean, this game against Southampton is the one I would prioritise. Out of the 2, I'd say it's the more difficult. But both games are very unpredictable. But we should be looking to get 6 points out of 6 in these fixtures. Southampton, of course, like I say, not in the best of spirits. But Boxing Day fixtures, practically anything can happen in these games. I just hope that we're able to turn up on the day and get a win as a late Christmas present of sorts. Get your thoughts on the game in the comments box below. Subscribe to Arsenal Fan TV if you're new to the channel. Like the video if you have enjoyed it, and as always, I will see you very soon, and I hope you have a very Merry Christmas.
Don't forget, for Christmas you can get hoodies just like this at AFTVstore.com.